It's the chasing of the wind, the substance of the form, so pale and thin. Let the veil of earth be stretched again. Holy, oh, behold the holy. Trees clap their hands for you, oceans they dance for you. Holy, heaven taunts the hearts of men. We can feel it from within, the beauty of it all, the mystery, the swelling of a voice, a rising sea. Holy, oh, behold the holy. Trees clap their hands for you, oceans they dance for you. You are holy, infinite and holy. A billion suns rise for you, clouds paint the skies for you, mountains stand tall for you, valleys bow down to you, everything rising to sing all our songs to you. Holy, the impossible and holy. Kings become fools for you, kingdoms to ruins for you. Vapor finds ground in you, music finds sound in you. Everything rising, everything rising, everything rising, everything rising, everything rising. Like dawn, like grace, like sunlight, bring this world to light. Come like rain, like breath, like springtime, bring this world to
Hey everybody, this is Pastor Jeremy. It is bright and early. Actually, it is early, but not very bright at all yet on August 28th. Saturday, August 28th. And I am over here at our Cottage Grove location because, well, a couple different reasons. First of all, this is our final 5 p.m. alternative online service. And rather than just ending it with just any old message, any old sermon, I wanted to use it as an opportunity to look a little bit back, but then more importantly, look forward to talk about what's next, the exciting things that are ahead of us. And in order to do that, I wanted to give you a little bit of an exclusive preview of what our physical space in Cottage Grove is beginning to look like. We are getting really close, really ready to be able to open it up and make it as a physical space that we can invite people and welcome people into. And we got our carpet down in the last couple weeks, and we started putting things up on the walls, and it's just all coming together really well. So I wanted to be able to actually walk you through it, talk you through it, because there are exciting things ahead for the Grove, Cottage Grove. So with that, why don't we go check it out? You can hear the crickets. Got another bunny over here. Get my keys out. Here's the exterior door. Walking in. Now I'll hit the lights. So here we go. This is the new and still in process commons area here in Cottage Grove. As you first walk in, to the left there will be a welcome desk with friendly people, making sure that from the get-go you're being greeted and making feel like you belong. Immediately to the right is the kids space, at least the older kids space. After joining us inside the worship center, the older kids will come out and participate in godly play, gathering together around this grass green carpet with these cute little wooden cushions, fake wooden cushions, of course. And then the next step in this room is me building out a tree as realistic as possible that stretches from the floor all the way up and above this area, with branches and leaves that reach down and kind of create this magical space for kids to be able to gather and learn about God. As we move this way, you're going to see the thing that most people are going to see as soon as they walk into the room, and that is the ultimate goal. This is a string art logo. There are hundreds of nails here with pieces of yarn going between each of those nails to make this extremely unique logo. It's the first thing that we want people to see as they walk in, and hopefully they'll come up next to it, take a closer look, and just be in awe. It turned out so much better than I could have ever imagined. And then we're gonna swing over here. This is gonna be like a cafe area. So we have another wall over here with that beautiful shiplap stuff. It's gonna say Grow Goodness across it, with bookshelves that feature some of our favorite readings. Over here we have some pews that are gonna have cafe tables in front of them for people to be able to gather. This is the former communion table that was built by Warren Samuelson and dedicated in this space in 1997. And we decided it's such a beautiful piece that we want to bring it out where, instead of having it in the front of the room, we want to bring it out into the common space where everybody can gather around it and enjoy it and experience the grace of God in relationship with other people. Then across this blank wall, as it currently is, we're making 4 different panels that are going to have the 4 values that align with Grow Goodness, made out of actual restored barn wood from our actual barn just outside. each is going to feature one of those values as kind of like a window into who we are as a church. Those values are deepening our curiosity and sense of awe, cultivating the common good, nurturing healing, wholeness, and beauty, and expanding our circle of inclusion. It has been an interesting few years for the church in general, but specifically for me even. Flash back to November of 2018, I was walking on the beaches of Charleston, South Carolina, not sure what was next for me. We had just wrapped up a previous ministry experience that ended kind of badly, and I did not know whether ministry was in my future again. And my wife asked me, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" The idea was that if you want to continue to work with the church and be in ministry, great. If you want to do something else, great, but let's figure that out together. And at that point, I said, you know what, I don't know. I really don't know what I want to do. But I know that if it's in church again, it's got to be with the exact right group of people in the exact right situation. And I definitely don't ever want to do church planting again. Well, 2 months later, got connected with the Minnesota Annual Conference from the United Methodist Church with this opportunity in what then was South Washington County, and then got further and further focused on the specific location of Cottage Grove. And I could not imagine a better situation with a better group of people to be able to be doing this type of ministry. I care really deeply about helping people find a space, those people who have maybe felt like they never had a place in the church, or felt like they had to walk away. And given this opportunity, given this group of people that we have at the Grove, I really feel like we have a compelling vision and a physical space to be able to do just that. And in some ways, these COVID times have helped to make that possible. We were given additional space to be able to figure out who we wanted to be as a church. And as for me and the new thing in Cottage Grove, it gave us the space to develop the relationship with the larger church, the larger Grove, the big Grove, as Pastor Kelly has often called it. And one of those key things was this 5 p.m. online, fully online worship service, where we were able to get a feel for what worship felt like for ourselves, but then also give others, those at the Grove or those just tuning in online who were maybe interested in the church but not really ready to step back in yet, what a new compelling vision for a modern church might look like. And it's worked. We now have a group of people who, as we begin to gather in person beginning in the next month, are like, I get it. I want to be a part of that new thing. I want to help to invite other people into it on Sunday mornings throughout the week, growing goodness in really clear and specific ways. And so as we draw to an end of this time, where we have done this alternative worship for the last 18 months, I suppose not really. I was doing walk-in talks out here in the Grove beginning back in March of 2020. We started the 5 p.m. alternative service in October of 2020, whatever, for about a year plus. What is time in a pandemic anyways? As we draw to an end of this time, I am really excited about what is ahead. We have an incredible opportunity to offer something new and compelling to the people of Cottage Grove, those who may have been longing for community, those who are looking for meaningful relationships and good things for their kids and ways for them to contribute to the community becoming an even better place to live. Those who are looking for healing, wholeness, and beauty in their lives. Those who are looking to deepen their curiosity and sense of awe. Those who are looking to cultivate the common good. Those who are looking to expand their circle of inclusion. The Cottage Grove is set up really well to do just that.
So a lot of people are talking about sort of the death of the church, like it's this big horrible thing that we're on the precipice of doom. There's a megachurch pastor who even did this sort of stunt where he drove up to his church on a hearse and then gave a sermon about how will Christianity have a funeral or a resurrection, and it was just, we have this posture in a lot of Christianity that we see the numbers changing, at least in North America, and shifting, the demographics shifting, and people kind of freak out and say, well, the church is dying, and unless we do all of this change, then it's gonna die. And I can't help but think to myself, maybe a little death and resurrection is exactly what the church needs right now. Maybe this means that for Christians in North America, we're learning that Christianity isn't about empire. Maybe our empire building days are over, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the church isn't about power and money and numbers. Maybe being the church is about something else. And maybe dying to those old ways of doing things is exactly what needs to happen. So in thinking about death and the death of the church, I'm not afraid of the church dying. Death is something that empires worry about. It's not something gardeners worry about. It's not something resurrection people worry about. So if the church in North America needs to die to some of its old ways, then let it die. Maybe this is just God creating something new. That's what I'm optimistic about. So when I'm thinking about death, I'm thinking about resurrection.
is hope of grace, new with every day. Sin is lost when love is found and darkness ends. And God gave life so that we may live. God of love, inspire us and move us if we stay. God of hope, keep showing us the life, the truth, the way. God of love, inspire us and move us if we stay. God of hope, keep showing us the life, the truth, the way.
Well, friends, it has been an absolute blast, and it is time to draw this thing to a close, put a nice big bow on it, and be able to move towards what is ahead of us. And so, as we wrap today, I leave you with one thing in 1 minute, the one most important thing for you to know today and as we move into this next season. It is preview time. It is our preview season, which is all about being able to invite people into our physical space to be able to give them a picture, a just like thumbnail into what worship through the Grove, Cottage Grove might look like. We're trying to figure that out for ourselves. Previews are about us being able to exercise our muscles a little bit and figure out what the actual worship feel looks like in the space now that it's ready. But it's also for those who maybe have been watching online for a while, maybe have seen what we've been doing in the community and are now like, okay, I'm ready to see what the in-person worship experience is really like. So our first one is September 26th, Sunday at 10 a.m., September 26th. We'd love to get as many people here as possible to have the critical mass to make it feel like there's lots of energy in the room as we figure out what worship looks like and as we hopefully invite completely new people in as well. And that reminds me, we have not seen the worship space yet. We did see the commons area, but not the worship space. And you know what? You have to come and see it yourself. I'm not going to give any more previews, any more teasing. You have to come see it yourself, and hopefully you'll do that on September 26th at 10 a.m. Now, as we go, may we be open to the grace of God, God's movement in our lives and in our world, and may we find new opportunities to grow goodness, to invite new people in, to cultivate new beginnings that look less like death and more like resurrection.